Welcome, everybody, to another Eagan High School Varsity Boys Soccer Contest. I'm your host, Nathan Cron, here with a crew from ETV. Today, the Wildcats look to rebound after a disappointing 5-0 loss to De La Salle High School, losing to the Islanders in midweek. Today, they're welcoming the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders from St. Paul. Cretin-Derham Hall is in Eagan's section, so this will be a game for section seating rights, perhaps even bragging rights, as the Wildcats take the field. We'll go to introductions just here in a minute, but talking to Coach Foley coming out of the 5-0 defeat to De La Salle, there were some good things that the Wildcats did, and as you might imagine, there were some things that the Wildcats needed to improve upon. They've moved some players around to some new positions, and we're going to see what we have with respect to play here for the Wildcats. Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders, they're coming off a 4-0 defeat to St. Paul Central, and likewise their coach saw some good things but realized they need to get a lot of the small things taken care of. So we're going to go to the public address announcer, and we're going to get the starting lineups for both teams.
Divine Salon, John and Willie, Edina Realty, John, Willie, and Melanie, North Oaks Blast Soccer Club, and the Urgency Room. Thank you to our Platinum and Gold sponsors for this season. And once again, good afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Independent School District 196, we welcome you to Eagan High School, to Wildcat Stadium, and tonight's non-conference boys varsity soccer game between the visiting Raiders from Cretin-Derham Hall. Their school is located in St. Paul. They are members of the Suburban East Conference, and your Eagan Wildcats. Now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. The goalkeeper, junior, number 0, Adam Tower. Midfield, freshman, number 2, Ethan Innes. Forward, senior, number 4, Jonah Wangsness. Midfield, sophomore, number 8, Liam Haffenbrack. Forward, junior, number 9, Cav McClune. Midfield, senior, number 13, Alex Nelson. Midfield, senior, number 14, Jack Parker. Defense, junior, number 15, Jack Barneson. Defense, senior, number 20, Carson Bankston. Defense, senior, number 21, Ben Hobbs. And defense, senior number 25, Tyson Sanders. The Raiders assistant coaches are Joe Bell and Ben Bailey. The head coach of the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders is Carter Albrecht. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our visitors to Wildcat Stadium this evening, the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Eagan Wildcats. The goalkeeper, senior, number 1, Isaac Woodley. Midfield, junior, number 2, Gabriel Frost. Defense, senior, number 3, Captain Caden Larson. Midfield, senior, number 4, Captain Donald Ty. Forward, junior, number 9, Captain Ryan Lennertz. Forward, junior, number 10, Derek Sy. Midfield, junior, number 11, Emilio Villasenor. Defense, senior, number 12, Jacob Brasso. Midfield, senior, number 18, Captain Nicholas Cron. Defense, senior, number 21, Eden Burns. And defense, senior, number 22, Parker Jensen. The Wildcats assistant coaches are Dave Bland and Trevor Hemphill. The head coach of the Eagan Wildcats is Tim Foley. Ladies and gentlemen, your Eagan Wildcats. The officials for tonight's game, the center referee is Paul Kamani. The assistant referees are Jay Moore and Chuck Monards. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the national anthem will be played. The flag here at Wildcat Stadium is located at the north end of the stadium.
The national anthem concluded here. We're ready to go with some Eagan High School boys varsity soccer. A few lineup changes we'll get to in just a moment. You heard some of them. Isaac Woodley is going to be in goal. You've got Parker Jensen and Aiden Burns at the center back spots. Jack Joseph and Caden Larson are going to be the outside backs. Donald Ty is going to move to the center defensive midfield position with Frost and Villasenor, the other two midfielders. Leonards will play the CAM attacking midfielder position, and Derek Sy and Nicholas Cron will be taking over at the striker roles. So we're going to see what the Eagan Wildcats have on tap here for the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. Cretin, a young team, graduated a substantial number of seniors last year. By my count, that was 12. They've got at least one freshman on the team and a number of sophomores, so they're a young soccer team. And their best player on the field that we're going to see today is a midfield sophomore, Liam Haffenbrack. Coach Albrecht very excited about his future in the program. And we're going to see here very shortly what the Eagan Wildcats have for the Raiders. Eagan needs to do something. They need to get a result today because tomorrow's game against Duluth East is going to be a very challenging one, given Duluth East returns its two leading scorers. Actually, check that, 3 leading scorers from last year. Eagan Wildcats are wearing all blue tonight with white lettering. They're going to move from left to right on your television screen. We've got Cretin-Derham Hall loading up here in white with purple letters and yellow trim, purple and yellow trim. And obviously, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, Cretin loading up here for a big pooch down the field. The ball does squirt to the far side, where it's played out by Jacob Brassow. Check that. Brassow, not Joseph, is starting for the Wildcats. Coach Tim Foley from the Wildcats did see some good things in the 5-0 loss to De La Salle. De La Salle, according to Coach Foley, ran a particular play and had a couple of very good players that just they couldn't handle until later in the game. And at that point, the score had already gotten a little bit out of hand. And so the coaching staff's going to do it. Made some adjustments in yesterday's practice to try to get this team back to where it needs to be. I'd like that central midfield to stay more compact, not be quite so wide and not get quite so out of shape. That's something these players are going to have to figure out. We've got an offside call here against Cretin-Derham Hall.
Cretin-Derham Hall offside is the call. You're at free kick for the Wildcats.
Eagan's next game, of course, is tomorrow against Duluth East here at Wildcat Stadium. That was postponed from the 27th. So they've got a lot of soccer here in not very many days. They'll have three games in four days, which can sometimes be positive, but also can sometimes be a bit challenging. And I get Sy there for the foul. I'm not sure precisely what that was a foul for. I think the referee believed that Derek Sy undercut the play, the Cretin player in the air. But we're going to see very quickly whether the Wildcats keep the ball on the ground and connect passes. Frost, back to Jensen. Cron back to Villasenor. Now Leonards tries a through ball. It's punched away. I should say played away. So far, Wildcats showing a substantial amount of defensive intensity. They're certainly not giving Cretin too much air. Nice step by Jacob Brasso as the ball does roll out for a throw, but intercepting the ball and pushing it into the out of bounds is absolutely what you want to do as a defender. Ty with it. Oh, Ty a little late there. He's going to play it to safety, but I think he got caught in the middle of a thought there. Either he was going to go back to the left or he was going to try to switch it to the right. Cretin jumped on him just too fast. Ball comes across to Brasso. Nice switch by Caden Larson. Ball comes up to Brasso to Cron. It's intercepted. Frost not able to keep it in. Great effort, but unable to keep it in that time. We're going to have to see if the Wildcats can have it, can establish something of an identity here. Nice job by Larson winning the goal kick. Question always becomes with the soccer team, what is their identity? How are they going to score goals? How are they going to play? What's their calling card, their MO? And right now, the Eagan Wildcats are in search of one. It's early in the season, and so there's an opportunity here to develop. But right now, the Wildcats have got to do a good job of getting this ball off their feet, keeping their touches to a minimum, and passing early. Here's another ball from Woodley down over the top. Nice long ball, and the Wildcats will have a throw in the attacking half. Larson looking for Cron, and I think we're going to have a foul here. Yep, we're going to have a foul on Cretin. Cron's going to draw it for having a player on his back.
The Raiders, free kick for the Wildcats on the kick.
Cron's going to settle over it. Looking for Sy and Villasenor. The ball into the box. It does fall. Brasso now chasing it. He's going to do a good job holding up. Up. Yep, that's going to be a foul. Brasso's good foul by Brasso. Has to be careful there. Not to break up a promising play and draw a yellow card, but a good foul to break up that momentum. And well played by Jensen back to Woodley. Wildcats have got to keep the ball, you notice that they have to keep the ball down on the turf. When they do that, they tend to be more successful. And ball goes under Jensen's foot. Nice flick on by Leonards. Well done, and Leonard's back up to play defense, and he's going to commit the foul at the midfield stripe. Like to see aggressive play out of Ryan Leonards. He, as a junior captain, he's obviously looked at as being a leader on the team and a player from whom you'd expect good performances. So you like to see that physical play, especially from your attacking midfielder. Last year, Leonards was one of the strikers for this Wildcat team and was tasked with scoring a number of goals. Now he's going to be tasked with not only cleaning up the garbage and scoring a few goals, but also distributing and trying to push the ball up to Sy and Cron at the forward position, or in this case, whoever might be in the forward position. Jensen, nice ball down to Cy. Cy lets it go and makes a nice move around. Like to see the switch there between Larson and Jensen. Raiders so far not doing a whole lot to give the Wildcats an opportunity. Villasenor with it, has it taken off his foot. It's chipped ahead. Larson's going to earn the throw. Nicely done breaking up that attack. I think because we have such an early start, we don't have any ball kids tonight. So we've got JV players and others trying to make that happen. Keep play going. Nice tackle there by Larson. High risk, high reward, no question. Leonard's with it. Back for Villasenor. Villasenor with it. Tries to find Leonard's. Wrong-footed him. That's a perfect example of a place where the Wildcats really could do to, if they can get that passing right, if that Villasenor pass to Leonard's comes back to him in a position where he's on balance, he's got an opportunity to spring Cy or Cron for either a long ball or a good pass. Brassau going to overrun that ball, and it's going to go out for a throw. Here's Villasenor on an overlap. Cron with it. That's his best move to the baseline or to the end line. He's going to cross it in. The Wildcats are going to earn their first corner of the day.
Corner kick upcoming for the Wildcats. This will be their first of the game from the far side. Emilio Villasenor, number 11, with the kick.
Really their second opportunity for anything in the attacking end. Villasenor to the middle. It falls for Cy, but it's cleared away by Cretin-Derham Hall. Well done there. Burns is going to have to hustle here. He's going to have to get back to it. Keep this player off his back. Nicely done by Brassau, coming back and cleaning up the mess. Impressed with Jacob Brassau playing at that outside back position. He's been very active here in the first 9.5 minutes of this game. Cretin-Derham Hall lining up in a 4-4-2 formation and sitting back, definitely not pressing too much because Isaac Woodley able to come all the way out to the 30-yard line here on the football field to play that ball.
Goal kick for the Wildcats.
It's going to roll out for a goal kick. I want to mention our platinum sponsors here. The Eagan Wildcat boys and girls soccer program have a number of sponsors this year. We're very happy for, very thankful for. Eagan Arms Public House. These are the platinum sponsors. Eagan Arms Public House, the Eagan Hockey Association, Wave Soccer Club, Elite Feet Training, Minnesota Orthopedics and Minnesota Orthodontics and Summit Orthopedics. Here's Cron with it, attempting a cross, and it's cleared out by the Raiders. It falls to Cron, but it's going to be there's going to be a push on Cy. And Derek Cy with a push on a Cretin defender. An easy call for the referee. Extended arms are often going to be an easy call. The gold sponsors for the Wildcat soccer program: Birchwood Dental, Coldwell Banker, Remy Cornant, Divine Salon, Dunn Brothers Coffee, Edina Realty with John and Melanie Willie, North Oaks Blast Soccer Club, and the Urgency Room.
Goal kick, Wildcats.
And right now, the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders not exactly stringing together too many passes in the attacking end themselves. But as you can see, the Raiders are letting the Wildcats bring the ball up nearly to the midline. It's really going to serve them well. Here's a ball that gets flicked on, and Cron is in an offside position. He was clearly in an offside position. I could call that from up here. But that was an example of what, if Cretin's going to allow the Wildcats to do that, that was a great ball from Larson. Flick on by Leonards. And if Cron had timed that a little differently or hadn't gotten caught back there, he'd be off to the races. Nice tackle by Burns. Lovely, lovely stuff. Villasenor with receiving the throw. Lots of arm contact, but no call. Referee judged it to be a fair challenge. Villasenor again with the ball. Leonards with it. Back to Villasenor. Cron's going to have it, or Brasso, excuse me, to the outside. No, it's Cron who came back for it. Now to Villasenor. He's going to find Leonards. Leonards with his left foot just did not get what he wanted, but now he gets it, and he's going to be in an offside position. And I think that's the right call. I think he was in an offside position. It was very close. It's very close.
Free kick, Cretin-Derham Hall.
But the Raiders doing a nice job maintaining their discipline on the back line. I'm going to give a shout out to our ETV crew. We've got Josh Sibley, our producer. We've got Dylan Strupp here with us, Greg Borman, and Joe Chupik here on the cameras. I'll give a shout out to a few of the other sports that are playing here. We've got football in action tonight at Rosemount. And I'm going to check on the schedule for some of these other teams at halftime. Bring you up to speed on some of those. Jensen with a nice heave forward. Cron with it. Cron and Sy giving chase. Tower with the punt. Ball's going to go out of bounds for a Wildcat throw. We've got one corner and two offsides calls here, but otherwise not too many fouls. And of course, as I say that, what happens? A foul occurs.
On the pick will be Caden Larson, number 3.
A couple of fouls for both teams at this point. Again, neither team really threatening in the offensive half.
11, Milo Villasenor.
We'll see if Villasenor can get this ball up in the air. And it is certainly, that's a good ball to the just inside the 18. Somebody in a blue uniform needs to get to that. Jensen's going to have to run this down. It's going to go out of bounds. Check that was Burns. I assure you that up close they look different, but from a distance, not as much of a difference. Here's Jensen with an opportunity to distribute. Nice ball up to Caden Larson. Larson with it. Oh, big touch let him down, but he controls it with his right foot. Nicely done by Caden Larson. Villasenor with a dummy. Brasso on that far side. Villasenor being a little bit aggressive there. Needs to be careful. Brasso wins it. Side with an opportunity, but didn't quite come off. Now here's an attack coming the other way. Brasso with a nice job. Ty also manning the middle. Now Brasso back to the outside. Nice step by Ty. Excellent tackle. Oh, Ty lost his balance. Oh, very unlucky there. The ball stays in. So we're going to play on. Advantage play for the Raiders. Nice job by Burns. Another excellent tackle. Villasenor with it. Can he get the ball off quickly? Leonards with it. Was not looking the other way. He had Frost the other way. Sai with it in more deeper position. Villasenor with it. Needs to find someone. Here's a run by Frost on the outside. He's got an opportunity. He's into the box. And a challenge. Solid challenge. Wildcats need to keep this possession of this ball. Frost with it, now inside to Sai. And Cretin-Derham Hall playing it out safely, smartly done. And we're going to see some substitutions here for both the Wildcats as well as the Raiders. Looks like Brassau, Larson, and Frost being withdrawn. We're going to get Nathan McKinnon, Jack Joseph, and Davis Hackenmuller will all come on for the Wildcats.
Larson, number 3, Jacob Brasso, number 12, Gabriel Frost, number 2. One substitution for the Raiders into the game, Aiden Burke, number 12. Going off, Ethan Innes, number 2.
McKinnon playing it back nicely, quickly. Played in by Jensen, flicked on by Lennertz. He's going to get to his own header. The ball was played off. That's going to be a corner. Oh, my mistake. I thought that was going to be a corner for the Wildcats.
One substitution for Cretin-Derham Hall into the game for the Raiders is number 16, Tony St. Fleur. And going off, number 13, Alex Nelson.
You get the same feeling here that you did against Park Cottage Grove, the Wolfpack. I mean, if the Wildcats can put together 5 or 6 passes in a row, they're going to have an opportunity to do some good things, but they've got to put together some passes.
Foul on the Raiders. Free kick for the Wildcats.
And the referee's going to bring the ball back to the 42-yard line.
On the kick, number 6, Davis Hackenmuller.
Hackenmuller from the center midfield going to take the kick. Looks for Ty. Wildcats getting pushed around a little bit in there. Here's a play by Villasenor. Has it taken off his foot. Joseph, nice step by Jack Joseph. Beautiful ball over the top. Lennertz, is Lennertz going to be able to get there? No, he's not able to get there. Nice play by Toyer coming out. Tower to come out and pick up that ball. If he had been a half step later, Lennertz would have been all over that. Nice play by Jensen to win that ball. Oh, Hackenmuller. Hackenmuller all over him, forcing Haffenbrack to take the ball out of bounds. Liam Haffenbrack, identified by Coach Albrecht as being one of those players who really is somebody you should watch. You saw some of those foot skills right there. It's a nice chip by Joseph. He's not afraid to chip that ball up and over. Well, you get a sense that the Wildcats, if they could just get a ball to fall for them, they might be in pretty good shape. Well, Villasenor loses it again. That ball just is not finding feet in a place where the Wildcats can do something with it. Joseph with it. He's going to send it outside. Hackenmuller. Throw it forward. Nice play by Sai. Good chip around. Nicely done. McKinnon steps into it. Couldn't control it.
Substitution for the Raiders into the game, Riley Lindgren, number 5.
Score is still 0-0. 18:52 and counting remaining here for the first half.
For the Raiders, Jonah Wangsness, number 4.
From where we're sitting, you have to like the Wildcats' chances right now. They have not been able to put together the passes they'd like. They have not been able to get the offensive zone and possession they want. They're still 0-0. The learning curve is pretty steep at the varsity level, but a lot of these players had their first varsity action last Saturday. It's Donald Ty with it there. moved back to the center defensive mid position in part so that Coach Foley could get some steadiness here at that position. As you see Burns turn it over. Jensen's got to come back and clean that up. Here's Joseph. And the ball is going to roll out. It is going to be a corner for Cretin-Derham Hall. So the Wildcats, because of the defensive error, are now going to have to defend a corner.
From the far side on the kick, number 14, Jack Parker.
And the ball goes over everybody. Hackenmuller going to give chase. Going to do what he can to keep that ball from going back into the mix. Nice play there by the Raiders to switch that field. Villasenor with it over there. Sends it back to Joseph. I think we're going to have a foul. Yep, we do have a foul. And apparently the ball was not put in the right place, so we're going to take that kick again. Joseph trying to do something heady and spring Cron down the sideline, but the referee threw cold water on that. Yeah, I'm not sure why you're taking the free kick from there. That's where we took it from, and we got a whistle. So there we go. The Raiders are going to let Isaac Woodley bring this ball out, probably to the 25 or 30-yard line. Now Woodley's going to give it a heave forward. Look for Cron. Cron gets a nice touch, chips it over the top. Leonard's and Sy giving chase, but not quite moving right when he played the ball. One of the things Coach Foley talked about earlier this week was getting those strikers to be moving before the ball's played, so they're not being caught flat-footed. Both Sy, Cron, Leonard's, even Peyton Jensen, fast players. But when you're standing still, it's hard to start and stop. If you can be moving when the ball's played, you're going to have much more success. Villasenor and Joseph miscue there on the sideline. Joseph taken out from behind for a foul. Cretin's third foul of the game. There's another foul. Advantage is going to play because the advantage didn't develop. Center referee brings the ball back.
Foul call on the Raiders. Free kick Wildcats.
That's going to be another Eagan Wildcat throw. So the defense at the back, you've got McKinnon, Jensen, Burns, and Joseph. Midfield is Ty, Villasenor, Hackenmuller, and now Michael Johnson into the game. Jensen with a nice stop, flicks it out for Cron. Ball doesn't quite get there, though.
Michael Johnson, number 13.
Coach Foley reporting yesterday's practice, one of the best they've had all season. They certainly haven't played poorly today. They just haven't been able to connect the passes that they really should be. Nice step by Nate McKinnon. Has it taken off his foot. Hackenmuller with it. It's going to try to slide it ahead to Sy. Ty with it. Ty took too long. Gets hammered from behind. No call there. Not sure what that was about.
Whistle foul call on the Wildcats.
It's pretty obvious that, at least from my perspective up here, that it looked like the contact was from behind. The referee obviously thought the contact was from the side. And then Hackenmuller wisely, craftily, smartly draws a foul to break up the offensive attack going the other way. And that's the Wildcats' third foul of the half. That's it. Play it early to Cy. Give him a chance. Cy serves it across. It floats to the other side. Joseph on a big run. Johnson gets control of it there in the midfield. He's going to play it back to Ty. Ty's got to get that ball off his feet very quickly. McKinnon going to play that back to Burns. Burns is going to send it out to Hackenmuller if he can find him. The ball goes skittering out off the head of a Raider for a blue throw. I mentioned earlier, the team's still looking for an identity, looking for a calling card, looking for something. And right now they're still looking. They clearly have some horses. They clearly can do some things, but what they're not doing well is putting passes together. Ball comes to Johnson. The Wildcats get lucky. Hackenmuller's going to take it quick. Cy's going to flick it back to Hackenmuller. Hackenmuller with it again. Cron calling for it in the corner. Cron would like to see a ball over the top into the corner. Cy and Cron are both on the same side. Let's see what McKinnon does. How can he find him? And we have an illegal throw by McKinnon. Just over 11 minutes remaining now in the first half. Neither team with a shot or a shot on goal. Neither keeper's had to make a save yet. Just not a lot of offensive brilliance by either team. McKinnon with it, finds Hackenmuller. Someone's got to come and help Hackenmuller out when he's in that situation. Nice back heel there to spring the trap. Nicely done by Lindgren. Ball falls to Johnson now. Johnson in the middle. He's going to get a flick. That's a nice flick. Cron's going to get a chance here near the edge of the box. Plays it off his head, and he gets cleaned out from behind. Just a foul. Nothing in that. No intent there. Just a foul. But it's going to give the Wildcats a nice opportunity here in the corner. Almost like a corner kick. The assistant referee is going to back up the Raider defenders to at least 10 yards. Hackenmuller, the sophomore, with a nice pooch. That's a good ball. If it can get knocked down, someone's got to knock it down. What a flick there by Cy. Cron's chasing it. It's out of bounds. I think it's going to be out of bounds. We're going to have a goal kick.
Out of bounds off the Wildcats. Goal kick.
That was a nice ball, nice free kick from Hackenmuller. Nice job serving it in where people could get to it. You'd like to see somebody knock that down to the feet. Cy with it on the far side. Beats the defense, has an opportunity here. Looks like he's going to earn the corner, and he does. It's going to be the second corner here for the Wildcats.
Coming for the Wildcats. This will be their second.
Now, what can the Wildcats dial up here? They're going to need some magic, no question about that. Ball comes floating in. Nice job by Tower. Wildcats need to attack that ball more. No question there. We're going to have a throw for the Raiders. Crowd calling for a handball against Eagan. Not sure if it really was or not. The referee had a pretty good view of it. And I think we're going to have a foul. Yeah, we got a foul. Foul called by the referee. Heaving it forward, looking for Cy. Cy with a lovely little touch down to Johnson. Johnson couldn't find anybody with his head. Cron with it. He's got an opportunity. It's in there! Goal by Cron. Assist Cy. Nicely done. With their first shot on goal, the Eagan Wildcats convert. Nicely done there by Cy. You saw him at the midfield use his feet to create space. There was a collision, and he was still able to serve it forward. What a finish by Cron, though, on the dead run, sending it to the far corner. And Tower did a nice job. I mean, he took away the near post and the middle. Tower, the junior goalkeeper, a guy they're relying on to be back there between the sticks for the Raiders. But nicely done there by the Wildcats. And that is the kind of quick strike that the Wildcats kind of need. You notice there they didn't even string together 5 or 6 passes.
Goal scored by Nicholas Cron, assisted by Derek Cy at 32-18.
And we're going to have some substitutions here as both teams are going to send some new players on. About 7 minutes left here in the first half. And for the Wildcats, we're going to have
Substitutions, both teams for the Raiders.
several new players. I'll get those names here in just a moment.
Into the game now, number
Cy with it again. Serves over Cron. Cron's got an opportunity. He's loose again. This time he tries to cut to the middle and earns the corner.
back in and into the game, number 19, Jacob Tran.
Jacob Tran making his varsity debut. Coming into the midfield. There's another corner.
Kick for the Wildcats. This will be their third.
Villasenor with it. As it pooched off his foot. And another corner. Fourth corner here for the Wildcats. There wasn't much happening in the first 20 minutes of this half. And all of a sudden in the last 6 or 7 minutes, the Wildcats have had 3 corners. Their first shot, their first goal. And that's definitely... And ball comes in, punched away by Tower.
For the Wildcats into the game, Peyton Jensen, number 7.
Peyton Jensen, number 7, coming in here for the Wildcats. Larson with it, doing a nice job with his right foot. And look at this turn. Look at this turn as Larson plays it in. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. He was unlucky there, but nicely done by Caden Larson. It's the kind of play that you expect out of a senior captain. Oh, Cron tried to slide it over to Cy. Couldn't quite do it, and we're going to have a foul. That's going to sting. Cron taken down. Again, nothing, no intent in that, just a foul. I'm not completely sure what happened there. I thought a foul had been called, but apparently not. Cron taken down again, no call. Just some physical play. And a foul was called there. Check that. The foul was called there on Cretin. We're going to have Jacob Tran standing over it. So an opportunity for him to get involved. I'd like to see this ball get down to someone's feet in the penalty area. It's a good ball if they can get ahead to it. Just goes too wide. I think it's going to go out for a goal kick.
Goal kick for the Raiders.
Look at the upcoming schedule here for the Wildcats. Of course, they play Duluth East tomorrow here at Wildcat Stadium. Their next game after that, Tuesday, September 7th, at Bloomington Kennedy, which is not a conference game. And their conference season then opens with a game against Rosemount here at Wildcat Stadium on September 9th, Thursday, September 9th. So we hope you'll join us for that. Wildcats here leading 1-0 over the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. Goal by Cron from Cy in the 32nd minute. Ball comes down to Tran. And the ball goes out of bounds. Larson smartly letting that go. Again, Cretin playing back, letting the Wildcats come forward. Cron serves it in from Villasenor. Falls back to Villasenor. Leonard steps. He has a left foot. Oh, just could not get what he wanted on that. Oh, Ryan Leonard's still on the ground. He may have hurt himself. He may have caught something on the turf.
Clock has stopped. Injury on the field.
Not exactly sure why I didn't quite see any contact. So hopefully nothing too serious. Hopefully just a strain or a sprain. Might be a cramp. Physical therapist Nicholas Cron trying his best to see if he could stretch it out. Level of physical play certainly has been increasing here as the half has gone on. The Wildcats find themselves in a position they have not been in yet this season, which is with a lead. So we're going to have to see how this relatively young team, in terms of its varsity experience, plays with a 1-0 score. And Ryan Leonard's up. Hopefully just turned something or stepped on something wrong. Derek Cy going to come back into the game after getting a quick drink of water.
Returning Derek Cy, number 10. And going off, number 9, Ryan Leonard.
From an athleticism standpoint, I'm not sure the Cretin-Derham Hall back line has seen anything or anyone as fast or as physical as Cy and Cron. I have to think that that's something they haven't seen before. Haven't seen certainly this year, even though they did play a good St. Paul Central team. So we'll see if they change that up. Now Cron has slid back to the center midfield position, and he flicks it ahead to Tran. Tran loses the ball there on the sideline, hustling to get it back. The ball looks like it's going to get out of bounds, and it does. Peyton Jensen, who had come in to play striker in the first game here at Wildcat Stadium against Park Cottage Grove, is going to be opposite Derek Cy at the striker position. Villasenor back to Jensen. Jensen quickly trying to get the ball off of his feet. Cy with it. Going to control it. Has his left foot blocked. Oh, it should have fallen to Johnson, but it didn't. Excuse me, Brassel, but it didn't. Brassel back out. I must have missed that earlier. Brassel back out at the outside back position. Brassel with a nice job there cleaning up the garbage from the inside. It's our sincere hope here at ETV and here at Eagan High School to make sure that we get this whole game in. But as you can notice on the telecast, there are some clouds and there is some weather in the area. Not sure if that's going to be relevant here. That's their first shot on goal here for the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. Both teams with one shot on goal. And oh, the embarrassment is substantial. Poor Ben Hobbs for Cretin-Derham Hall just instinctively stuck his arms up to prevent that ball. He's laughing about it. He didn't mean to. Wasn't trying to break it up. He just instinctively did it. So he has to leave the field. Unlucky for Ben Hobbs.
39-23.
Wildcats put the kick into the corner side with it. Looks like we are going to have a goal kick. You'd like to see the Wildcats do a little more with these offensive opportunities.
Goal kick for the Raiders. Ten seconds remaining.
There's a through ball. Brassow's going to have to run this down. Oh, nice save by Woodley. That's second shot on goal. Nicely done by Isaac Woodley in the last 3 or 4 seconds of the half. It was a nice shot, a nice save. And it's the end of the first half with the score 1-0 in favor of the Wildcats over the Raiders. A good game right now being played by the Wildcats. We'll see. They're capable. You get a sense they're capable of more. They can string together some passes, do some things in the offensive zone. Goal coming from Cron from Cy in the 32nd minute. We'll step aside and be back for the second half very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Back for the second half, the Eagan Wildcats hosting the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. Hello, everybody. My name is Nathan Cron. I'm here with ETV, and we're bringing you live high school varsity boys action. And right now, the Wildcats find themselves in a position where they have not been this year, and that is leading. They are leading 1-0 at the half to beating Cretin-Derham Hall. Eagan's going to be moving right to left on your screen, wearing the blue with white trim, and Cretin will be in white with purple trim. Score is 1-0. Nicholas Cron cashing in the 32nd minute from Derek Sy off a beautiful assist that saw Sy end up on the ground. I'll reset your lineup here in just a moment as Frost has it up the sideline. Plays ahead to Larson. Larson's going to send it down the sideline for Cron. It's going to skip just past Cron, but it's going to be misplayed. It's going to be misplayed by the keeper.
Out of bounds off the Raiders results in a corner kick for the Wildcats, their first of the second half.
And that's Tower misplaying it, and that's going to be a corner for the Wildcats. Ball gets served in. Somebody's got to get up to that ball, and nicely done there by Cretin to serve it out. Villasenor sends it back in, falls down, but again, everyone's standing around wondering what's going on. But that time, Sy with it, turn, quick shot. It's blocked. Joseph's got to be careful. Joseph that time there. Jack Joseph, a very physical player despite his relative diminutive size, but he's not afraid to throw his body around. You saw some heavy contact there between Joseph and Wangness. Villasenor fighting with it there. You're going to send it outside to Joseph. Joseph with an opportunity. Oh, big touch let him down though. Ball gets played out. Unlucky there. So for the Wildcats, we've got Hackenmuller, Frost, Villasenor, and Ty in the midfield. Cron and Sy at the forward positions. Jensen, Burns at the center backs, and Joseph and Larson outside. Nicely done there by Frost to win the throw, but the ball goes harmlessly to Tower. Excuse me. Just under 3 minutes in. Wildcats leading 1-0. The lights are on here at Wildcat Stadium, and again, as I mentioned, we do have some weather that is moving in. Hopefully we'll be out of here before that weather hits, although I do see some wind and some umbrellas going up for the fans here. And we're going to have a foul here on the Wildcats.
Foul on the Wildcats, free kick for the Raiders.
Ball gets served in, and just falls. Nice play by Isaac Woodley. You heard him call for the ball, but there was a lot of traffic there. Nice play by Sy to have it flick over. He has the step. He's got the speed. That's going to be a push. I'm not sure how that's not a foul. It was an extended arm. I'm not sure what the referee was. Maybe the referee didn't see it very well, but an extended arm. And Sy goes down. Villasenor battling now in the box. Has it sent back out. He needs somebody. He's got some good footwork and foot skills out there, but he needs somebody to help him out. Jensen with a step, and then he hesitated. I'd like to see Parker Jensen step harder there. Finish that step off as Larson watches the ball go to the outside. Now comes back inside. Jensen making a nice recovery and sending it forward for Cron. Watch there by Cretin, and here's a ball over the top for Cron. He's got more speed. He burns the defender around the corner. Cron with it is taken down. No call. There was contact. I'm not sure if it would have been a good penalty call or not, but there's definitely contact. Cron certainly thought there was enough contact to merit a penalty. Referee judged that it was a fair challenge, and we play on. And we're going to have, I think we're going to have somebody get a talking to here. Yep, we are going to have a yellow card. Maybe a yellow card for Derek Sy.
Clock is stopped by the center referee.
In the 45th minute.
Been called against the Wildcats. It's number 10, Derek Sy.
Peyton Jensen's going to come on for Derek Sy as Derek has to step off. Sy very frustrated that some of the calls that were being made, but needs to understand, as passionate as he is, he needs to understand that some calls just are not going to go his way. Ball gets served in, falls to Villaseñor. Villaseñor plays it back to Ty. Ty has it taken off his foot. Joseph comes back nicely to clean it up. Burns with it. Villaseñor out to Joseph. Ball comes floating down the line. Nicely done by Cretin to play that out. Now the move of Donald Ty as a senior captain to the center defensive midfield position was one that the coaches felt like they had to make to give them a more defensive presence. But several times we've seen Donald get ambushed from behind or from the corner. He really needs to get that ball off his feet quicker. Jensen with it there, plays it ahead to Ty. That's a perfect example of getting the ball off his feet quickly. Burns going to play it back to Woodley. Woodley with a left foot, nicely done. Villaseñor with a dummy call. Hackenmuller with it there. He's going to play it over to the side. Finds Jensen. Jensen gets it played back to him. Jensen again. Lots of heavy contact. I thought they might get Jensen there for a shove. But again, the referee letting him play a little bit. Somewhat surprisingly. Nicely done to Joseph on the side. I mentioned Jack's size. He's not the tallest player in the world. And so headers are just a little bit harder when you're a little shorter. Nice ball by Donald Ty out to the side. Larson making a run, but the ball does go out of bounds. Again, score 1-0. Wildcats in charge right now. Nice step by Joseph. Unlucky. And the ball's going to go out of bounds for a blue throw. Blue throw. Yes, we have a blue throw. Yep. Referee and the assistant were not sure. Wildcats need to do a better job of taking the space they're given. Joseph turns it over. And that's Haffenbrack. And the ball's going to go flying over the top.
Shot for the Raiders by Riley Lindgren, number 5, wide of the goal.
It's a shot, but not on goal for Riley Lindgren. Woodley with a nice right footer. Looking for Frost. Frost lost it temporarily. Larson has it taken off his foot. Ty coming back. The ball gets flicked on. Jensen, and the ball goes flying wide. And he was offsides up. So any potential shout for a penalty to be denied because of an offside call.
Free kick for the Wildcats.
Lucky there. Defense wasn't the most organized in the world. Could have conceded there. Willie with the free kick, finds Hackenmuller. Ball goes out to the side, looking for Jensen. Haffenbach again with it. Again fires wide. The Eagan Wildcats center backs have got to get their act together with respect to understanding where this ball is going to go. They cannot let a player get even with them on a through ball. They have to do a better job of anticipating that and stepping to it. No question about that. So far, they haven't been burned.
The Wildcats back in Jacob Brasso.
The Wildcats would like to keep it that way.
Also back in Nathan McKinnon, number 16 for the Raiders. Into the game, Luke Fowler, number 19.
Ball comes to Villasenor. His pass finds no one. Got to find passes. You get a sense that the Raider back line is playing to safety more often than not. Not going to try to develop a whole lot out of that and play out of the back if they can help it. Wildcats can take advantage of that by putting them under a lot of pressure. Villasenor there nicely working, making Lembrick work. Nice job by the Raiders to switch that ball. McKinnon loses it, hadn't lost it, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. Assistant referee had the best look from our vantage point. Looked like it might have stayed in. Nicely done by Nate McKinnon. Not sure if we have a handball or a throw. We have a handball. The ball is played out again for the Wildcats. So Wildcats moving down the field here methodically. If they can just, again, put some passes together. Hackenmuller, nice job with McKinnon there on a two-man game. It's cleared out deep down the field by Burke. Burns chasing it, plays it off his head. He's going to have that ball go out of bounds. And it's going to be a Cretin-Derham Hall throw. They're going to take it quickly. Oh, and unlucky there. Cretin trying to take the throw quickly, but substitutions were called for by both teams.
Substitutions, both teams. For the Raiders, Aiden Burke, number 12, back in. Going off, Ethan Innes, number 2. For the Wildcats, Jacob Tran, number 19. And number 13, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson and Jacob Tran coming back into the game.
Back in for the Wildcats, Jacob Tran, number 19. Also back in, number 13, Michael Johnson.
Lembrick doing a nice job serving it across. Oh, he finds someone. He finds one of his teammates. That was Parker on the far side. Nice play by Woodley. Call that a shot and on goal. Wildcats have got to win a ball here. Oh, here's an opportunity for Cron. It's played back to Tower. Just under 27 minutes remaining in the half. Score 1-0 Wildcats. Nicely played there by Jensen. Outside by Larson. That's Brasso. Check that. It's Brasso. And that's a white throw. Cretin trying to take advantage of indecision. Cretin bench looking for a foul call there on the sideline. Didn't get it. And there's a collision there on the far sideline. We're going to get we're going to give an injury timeout. Clock is stopped. Just over 26 minutes. There was a heavy collision. Nothing in it, but a heavy collision nonetheless on the far sideline. Could not make out the number of the player who was injured. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, Cretin was in possession of the ball at the time, so we're going to have a drop ball back to Cretin. Cretin's going to play it back, and here we go. Nice done by Hackenmuller. He's got an opportunity. He's looking for Jensen. The nice ball that rolls down. Jensen was going to the inside. Hackenmuller was actually playing it to the outside. Unlucky on the communication there, but it was a nice ball by the sophomore. Ball floats into the middle of the field before it's cleared out. Ball skitters off Burke's foot. Hackenmuller with it again in the midfield. Also we have Tran, Johnson, and Ty. Got a lot of youth in that midfield right now for Coach Tim Foley. Wildcats would dearly love to get another one here. The ball's through. Jensen doing a nice job of coming back. That's the kind of communication, the kind of anticipation. Check that. That's McKinnon, not Jensen. That was McKinnon. Nice job by Nate McKinnon. Again, in his second varsity game. Nice job by Jacob Tran. Can Jensen get it? He can't. Nothing there. Nothing there. No call. Bit of a pirouette by Jensen. Johnson with it again. Oh, Hackenmuller served it in, but no one was making a run. Cron and Jensen are your forwards. Wasn't sure if he was looking for Cron there or if he was looking for Jensen. Nicely played by Johnson there in the middle. And we're going to have a brief discussion here with the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. I think we're going to have a foul, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like we'll have a foul around the midfield line. Free kick for the Wildcats. Going to be taken by Davis Hackenmuller.
Davis Hackenmuller, number 6.
Hackenmuller serves it in. Johnson was trying to get on the other end of it. There was certainly contact, but no foul. As Tower sends it forward. Wildcats have an opportunity here if they can just get that ball in the other end. Here's a great run by Johnson. Ball's not out yet. Johnson's still with it. Ball is off of Cretin-Derham Hall. That's going to go for a corner. And leads me to an opportunity to tell you a little bit about some fair play from the De La Salle Islanders. A few nights ago, a backup goalie, Michael Cron, came in for the Eagan Wildcats, and his first punt was outside of the box because of the the lines on the De La Salle field were so thin and so hard to see. The AR spotted it, called Michael for a handling offense, and De La Salle the players admitted to all of the Eagan players that it's the line, you couldn't see the line. As a result, in a show of fair play and sportsmanship, De La Salle played the ball directly back to Michael Cron to allow play to continue, not trying to take advantage of a situation created by the lack of lines on their field. So really big shout out to the De La Salle Islanders, and thank you for their fair play. An injury here for the Raiders. We'll start the clock again. Ball comes in from Hackenmuller. Ball's in the air. It's played out. That time's going to go for a throw for the Wildcats. Brasso with it on the far side. And look for that corner. Johnson look for the flick. Oh, that's a shot by Johnson. Check that. That was a shot by... Yeah, it was Johnson. Shot by Johnson on goal. Their first of the second half. The ball off of Towers' hands is going to go for a corner. Now I think we're going to have Leonard's over it on this side after we have substitutions. Jacob Tran's going to come out for the Wildcats. Looks like Leonard's back in. That means Hackenmuller is on the other. One has number 9, the other is number 6, and they both are about the same size with the same hair color. Hackenmuller's corner comes in. It's played away. Brasso tries to control. Nicely done there by McKinnon. Nicely done by Hackenmuller getting back. Still an opportunity. And that's a shot on goal, but a nice save by Woodley. Not too much to trouble him there. Oh, what a punt by Woodley. If that ball had gotten over, Cron would have been off to the races. Instead, it's going to be an Eagan throw. Derek Sy now going to come back in for Peyton Jensen. 20 minutes now remaining in the half. I checked that in the game. Remember, Derek Sy playing on a yellow card, being cautioned for dissent in the 45th minute. And the Wildcats find Sy right off the bench. Ball to Brasso. Gets sent outside. Sy with it again. Is going to serve it over across. Sees Leonard's. It falls for him, but expertly played away. Nicely done there by the Cretin-Derham Hall defense. Raiders defense was struggling there a little bit, but Leonard's had an opportunity, just couldn't cash in on it. There's a ball that Jensen's going to have to run down. Absolutely nothing there in the corner despite shouts from the fans. Both players fall down. Who do you blow a whistle on? That substitution's now coming for the Raiders. Wildcats need to do a good job here. They've played fairly well here in the second half, but they need to do a better job of making sure that ball stays out of the penalty area.
Substitution for the Raiders. Tab McClune, number 9, returns. Going off, Luke Fowler, number 19.
Leonard's playing it back for Hackenmuller. Hackenmuller sends it forward, and it's shipped out by the Raiders. Sy with it in the open field, a dangerous place to be. Oh, and he flips it up. Can Cron keep it in? He does. Ball falls for Brasso on the overlap. But didn't quite come off. Brasso hustles to get back. Sy cleans it up and tidies up. Does a nice job with that. Brasso again with it. 17.5 minutes now remain in the game. Score 1-0 to the Wildcats. Played out and cleared to safety by Donald Ty. Again, your senior captain. Ball sent into the box. Raiders with it now on the side. Nicely done by Nate McKinnon. Ball's going to go out for a throw. McKinnon, a physical, aggressive defender. Very athletic. Get a sense that the the Raiders are pressing a little bit now. They're chasing the game a little bit. Down by a goal. Ball to Brasso. Chips it forward. Couldn't quite get it to Cron. Now it falls to Cron. Oh, and it rolls off his foot. Unlucky there. Hackenmuller and Cron had a 1-2 going. Just couldn't quite make it cash in. Nicely done there. That's Johnson. Ty loses it. Nate McKinnon, it's off. It's deflected. It's going to go out for a corner. That'll be Cretin's first corner. First of the second half.
This will be from the near side on the kick for the Raiders. Jack Parker, number 14.
Wildcats are going to have to do a good job of getting up to get this ball. Going to have a left foot in swinger. The ball comes in nice and flat. Right at Woodley. Nice header. I couldn't quite pick out who that was for the Raiders, but it was a nice header. But it did come right to Woodley. Now Lennertz has got tons of space in front of him. He's got a country mile in front of him. Lennertz is going to take that ball and send it in. He waited too long. Unlucky. He needed to send that earlier, let Sy or Cron run onto it. Or take it himself. Hackenmuller with it's going to try to do what he can to win it. And the ball's going to go out for a blue throw. We're going to have, looks like we're going to have Caden Larson and Gabe Frost come back on, both for the Wildcats.
Number 3, Caden Larson, back in the game.
Nicely done by Sy there. Here's an opportunity. It falls to Sy. Oh, his first touch let him down. Oh, he just could not finish his supper there. Unlucky. Oh, just a smaller touch on that first touch, and there's no question it would have been 2-0. Cron goes up for the header. Gets a steady dive. Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure how that wasn't a foul. Sy was absolutely spun around. I think the referee was playing advantage. That's all right. So that's what we think happened here. Sy was clearly fouled, clearly spun around, and there was an attempt to play advantage. That's why Cron was continuing the play. And then Cron either it came off his foot or the ball went out of bounds. In any event, the free kick is going to be from about 22 yards out here for the Wildcats. It's the third foul of the half for the Raiders. We're going to see what kind of magic the Wildcats can come up with here. Are they going to go right to goal? Sy's got to get out of the wall. Remember, he can't be in that wall anymore. And it's a shot by Cron that just floats over the top.
Off the free kick, the shot was Cron, number 18, out of bounds. Goal kick for the Raiders.
Just under 13 minutes now remaining in the game. Score 1-0 Eagan Wildcats. Nice touch there by Cron to play that ball back in. Villasenor chasing. Ball played well out of bounds.
Whistle foul call on the Wildcats. Free kick for the
Foul
Raiders.
there by Burns. Nothing in that. Ball comes to the middle. Ty coming out from his midfield spot to push that to the side. Nicely done by Donald. And he earns the, oh, that ball did not get out of bounds. Leonard's with it. He's got some time. Oh, now he served it up early. Oh, unlucky that time, but nice job by Ryan Leonard serving it early. Oh, what a step there by Johnson. Villasenor has it taken off his foot with a tackle. He's got to find someone else. All right, here's now Leonard's with it. Larson with the run. Oh, it just couldn't quite get there. Not sure who Donald Ty was going to do there. Play to safety by Woodley. Nicely done by Isaac Woodley.
Substitution for the Raiders, number 4, Jonah Wangsness back in.
The last 5 minutes, the Wildcats have demonstrated a substantial amount of danger going forward. I mean, they've had some opportunities, but again, it's as we talked about in the first half. If they can put together, they've only been able to put together 2 or 3 passes. If they can put together 4 or 5 passes, they'll really be dangerous in the attacking half. And we're going to have a foul here on. Oh, we're going to have a foul and a yellow card. Foul and a yellow card on Cretin's Riley Lindgren.
Clock a stop, yellow card caution being issued against Cretin-Derham Hall, number 5, Riley Lindgren.
Villasenor got stepped on there. That's going to draw, I'm not sure about a yellow card, but certainly a foul.
69-42 on the Raiders, number 5.
Jensen's going to stand over this free kick.
Riley Lindgren.
Really like to see Jensen make sure these guys are moving on the other end as Frost comes in for Johnson. Would really like to see these guys be moving at this kick of the ball. Nicely done by Sai, out to Leonards, outside to Joseph, into the corner for Villasenor. Villasenor doing a nice job there in the corner, holding on to it. Villasenor with the turn. Oh, nicely done by the Raiders to take that away. But here's Leonards intercepting the pass. Nicely done. Oh, it just rolls off his foot. Unlucky. Oh, Ryan. He wants that one back. Nicely done by Ryan Leonards. He just couldn't quite finish it up. Woodley out to claim it. Less than 10 minutes now remain in the half. Wildcats still with that 1-goal lead. As much as we'd like to see the Wildcats nick a second, wouldn't mind seeing one of those strikers fall back into a more of a midfield, into a midfield position to clog up that midfield. Nicely done by Cron there to take a look for an early opportunity, but also waste a little bit of time. Larson with it now. Finds Sai. Sai goes down. Leonards attempts to regain possession. Does. Ty turns it over in the midfield. Burns steps to it. Puts it well into the air. And referee's going to blow a whistle there. Foul on the Raiders. Their 4th of the half. Fouls this half. 4 for the Raiders, 2 for the Wildcats, at least unofficially.
Parker Jensen, number 22 on the kick.
Jack Joseph, the recipient of the Parker Jensen free kick. Joseph on the outside. Joseph turns it over. Frost played it out to him. Joseph turns it over. Here's a good ball. Nope. 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 Not sure you can commit a foul with your back to someone, but I get it. 25 yards out here, free kick for the Raiders. It's an example of where the defensive center backs have got to do a good job or a better job of anticipating where those balls are going. They got outnumbered, and that's not something that they can let happen.
On the kick for the Raiders, Liam Happenbrack, number 8.
Less than 7.5 minutes now. This will be Cretin-Derham Hall's, I have to believe this will be one of their best opportunities to score here late in the game. And the ball slides wide. Watched by Isaac Woodley. By my count, the Raiders have outshot the Wildcats 5-1 here in the second half in terms of shots, and 2-1 on shots on goal. Good flick on. Here's Cron with a run. He's got a run. He's got an opportunity. The ball goes out of bounds. Cron's got to be careful there. Protect those knees.
Like a stopped injury on the field.
It was a good tackle. Cron got twisted around a little bit.
For the Wildcats, Peyton Jensen, number 7, back in the game.
Jensen will replace Cron. And at a time when the Wildcats can ill afford to lose senior captains to injury, or even whether it's this game or any other game, now's a situation where you need somebody like Cron the most to make sure that games like this get seen out. Hopefully just a cramp or a bruise. After this game, the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders play tomorrow against Eastview at Cretin-Derham Hall, and then next Tuesday, September 7th, they'll play Apple Valley. So 2 other section games for the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. Right now, they're staring at a 0-2 start for the year. You have to believe that they'll definitely be, if this in fact does go the way of a loss, you have to believe that the Raiders will definitely be looking to right the ship tomorrow night against Eastview. Cron finally up, taking a slow walk to the side. Be replaced again by Jensen. So with 6:35 left, let's reset it. It's 1-0 to the Wildcats. Raiders showing some threat here in the second half, however. Out shooting the Wildcats. The Wildcats need to do a good job here of possessing the ball and making sure that they don't make any mistakes that are going to lead to breaks down the line, breaks through the middle, any type of quick counter. Sai with a head flick, looking for Jensen. Also looking for Villa Senior. Chipped in by Larson. Joseph with it. Leonard's is going to run it down. Leonard's is going to serve it back in. Sai with it, sends it towards goal, and it slides just wide. Nicely done. Nicely worked by the Wildcats. It was a good left foot by Derek Sai. He was a little off balance. Nice play by Leonards to control that ball and get it back into the attacking area. Right now, every loose ball has got to be won by the Wildcats. Every free ball has to be picked up. Every opportunity to use an extra few seconds, you have to think the Wildcats understand what's going on and understand what they're up against. As that clock runs, that's what the Wildcats want. Ball comes into Leonard's. Leonard's flicks it with her header onto Cy. Now ball comes into Cy. Bit of disjointed play in the midfield. Oh, nicely done there by Leonard's. Nice tackle. Larson's going to watch that go out of bounds for a Cretin throw. The throw taken quickly. Wildcats need to do a better job here of jumping on these balls quickly. No call there for the Raiders. Ball's going to get sent ahead. The goalie is out. Cy sees it. Oh, Cy sends it towards goal. Sends it towards goal, but could not cash it in. The fans screaming at him that the goalie was out of the box as Tower had come well out, probably about 30 yards off his line to play that ball. Less than just now 4 minutes to go. Villasenor with it, wins that header down. Now tries to chip the ball forward. The ball falls now for Cy. Now it's back for Leonard's. Ty's got to step to that ball. He let it go, but he's got to step to it. The ball does come back to Isaac Woodley. Isaac's going to let that run for just a second. Now scoop it up. Smart now with less than 3:40 to go. Woodley will send it forward. Well, the Wildcats definitely want to hold on to this ball. Jensen trying to keep it in. Does a nice job of that, and it's played out. Nicely done by Peyton Jensen.
Clock is stopped.
Jensen, one of the 3 sophomores on this Eagan varsity roster, along with Hackenmuller and Johnson. They're definitely the future of this program. Ball falls in for Jensen. Now it comes back out. Now Leonard's going to take a left foot. He's going to send it forward. Just had his hips back on it. The Wildcats are definitely putting some shots towards the Cretin-Derham Hall goal, but need to get them down. It actually brings the Wildcats in terms of total shots level with the Raiders at 5 apiece here in the half. Nicely done there by Jensen. Jensen serves it in. It's deflected. Falls for Cy. Cy's going to look for it. Here's Villasenor. Point blank shot. Huge save, Tower. And he's offsides. Oh, Joseph played it in and Cy was offsides. Another shot and another shot on goal. What an opportunity there for the Wildcats to close this game out. Eagan has to win every ball. The ball goes out of bounds, which is what they're looking for. Joseph with it. He's going to let everybody get set up. Just over 2 minutes now remaining in the half. That's Villasenor playing the ball ahead. Oh, looks like they're going to call a foul. Yes, they are on Emilio Villasenor. That's a good call. Joseph needs to do a good job here of shielding the ball and protecting it. He does. Nicely done. Nicely done by Jack Joseph. Like to see those Wildcats put the ball in the corner. Villasenor looking for Jensen. Jensen back to Villasenor. Ball's ahead. Here's an opportunity for Frost. Frost skies it over. Oh, Gabe Frost with an opportunity there to put it on frame. Got to get his hips over it. Got to finish. No sprinkles on his Dairy Queen.
Whistle and a foul on Cretin-Derham Hall.
We're going to have a foul here on Cretin with about a minute to go. At this point, the Wildcats need to just keep the possession of the ball. Serve it into Sy. Into Lennertz. Villaseñor a little casual. Hackenmuller with it. Not sure what they're doing. Not sure why they're not just possessing the ball. Now it's outside to Villaseñor. Villaseñor sends it in. Sy with it. An opportunity. Shot. Beautiful shot. Great save by Tower. And that's out of bounds. It's out of bounds for a corner. It is out of bounds for a corner. Great shot by Derek Sy. Great save by Tower. That definitely looked like it was going to be goal number 2. 20 seconds remain in the game. You have to think that the Wildcats would just want to stand on it at the corner, but instead they're going to play it to the middle, looking for Jensen. Ball's going to drift to the side. 10 seconds remaining with a Cretin-Derham Hall throw. And the Eagan Wildcats are going to win their first varsity soccer game of the season 1-0 over the Cretin-Derham Hall Raiders. 1-0, the final score.
The game is over. The final score of this non-conference boys varsity.
Definitely a lot of good things to take out of that game for the Eagan Wildcats. Notably the play of their sophomores, their super sophomores, Hackenmuller, Johnson, and Jensen. I think that was a burst for this team that maybe they needed. Cron's 32nd minute goal stands up. And the Eagan Wildcats win their first game of the season. They'll be playing tomorrow night again. We'll be back here tomorrow night for I believe it's a 7 o'clock. It's a 5 o'clock. I'm being corrected by the. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Oh, I'm being corrected by the producers. It is a 4 o'clock start tomorrow against Duluth East. So for the crew here at ETV, for me and Nathan Cron, thank you for watching Eagan Varsity Soccer, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
From Cretin-Derham Hall in St. Paul. The next game for the Wildcat boys soccer team will be tomorrow at 4 p.m. right back here at Wildcat Stadium. The Wildcats will host the Duluth East Greyhounds.